Hi, Jakub Kaluzny here and welcome to Instant Threat Modeling. Today's 5-minute video is on outsourcing your applications to third parties. Today's threat modeling is not about a specific function or system. It's about the process, how you develop your applications or how you get your applications developed. Question for today. If a third party gets breached and it affects your customers' data, is it your breach or third parties? So a high-level overview is that to get your application on production, you need your app and the supporting infrastructure, on-premise or cloud. Now, if you have an in-house team of developers, they will code the app. Your team of sysadmins will set up the infrastructure. Now, one of your departments, say marketing, comes up with this great idea. They hire a third party for a project and there is a fourth and fifth parties that write the code and set up the infra. Or very often there is a mix of those. Third party developers write the code, but it gets deployed in your infrastructure. What can go wrong? So in case of in-house applications, you have a standard set of attacks for applications and infrastructure. Let's add deployment attacks, as those cover only the end results product. If we want to cover the full spectrum, then we need to add compromise of your whole internal network and the administrators and the developers' workstations. With third parties, the fun begins. It may happen that you outsource your software to a company with an SDLC process that you have no control of. So there are the deployment attacks. The third parties, they have their own internal networks that you don't control, and they deploy your software to infrastructure outside your trust boundaries. The worst case is when your security team doesn't even know about these projects. I didn't mention yet that the third parties, they need a test environment and, well, they need to manage the projects in some way, so expect a lot of your data in their Jira, GitLabs and some CI/CD tools. Instant mitigations. Although setting up all security countermeasures will be not instant, but let's give it a try. Base threat models for apps and infrastructure. The same for internal network and deployment process. Now, before your marketing department starts negotiating a deal with a third party, it's time for the security team to step in. All new projects should be reported so that the IT team is aware about them. It is also the best moment to perform a quick threat modeling activity. It is because all controls and mitigations that we'll discuss in a moment need to be written down and put in the contract before it is signed. Now, your base threat models assume you have an SDLC process in place, it is followed and verified, and maybe you even mitigated SQL injection 10 years ago, but third parties didn't. You need a separate base threat model for third parties, applications and infrastructure. Full OWASP application verification security standard for applications will do well, and for infrastructure we need some checklists as well, such as AWS security guide. You need to specify where the third parties can process your code, your infrastructure configuration and your client's data. This list needs to be kept up to date so that to avoid test environments on the internet, backups of databases, etc. Third party's internal network is a potential attack surface. It is a good idea to ask about the pentest results and require regular security awareness training for their own staff, so phishing simulation campaigns, etc. This was only a list of requirements you can trust, but you can verify as well. So a pentest on the final results, the application and the infrastructure sounds fair. Bigger suppliers will allow external consultants to pentest their internal network as well. This was instant threat modeling of outsourcing your applications to third parties securely. You can find all episodes at securing.biz/itm, and I'm always happy to talk about your case. Cheers!